What's this? Care to join me for a tea party in Riverside? Ah, Sakafu. She's got people running around at her beck and call. Still, who am I to say no to an invitation? Guess we're about to get slaughtered.
I'm glad the rain finally let up. The weather tomorrow should be lovely.
Yeah, the forecast clear skies all day for the southeast. But should you even be out this late? You just told your friend to hurry back.
Why, I'm out on patrol, silly. I have to make sure students are behaving themselves, new and old alike.
Yeah, whatever you say. It has been a while, huh, kitty? Or would you rather I called you Ren Bright these days?
Call me whatever you like, though I am pretty used to my new name now. It's really good to see you too, Spriggan. I came over as an exchange student this past spring, but had I known how much you miss me, I would have paid you a visit a lot sooner.
No need to go out of your way just because you're a former client. Well, I wasn't even a pro when I helped you. Didn't have my current office or anything. And I mean, we have kind of crossed paths since. Like with that case with the pampered politician's son.
I had a feeling you might be involved with that based on what that reporter was telling me about it. I didn't think I'd end up student council president as a result of it all, but it's been a lot more fun than I was expecting.
Mr. JRPG, wasn't there a story at the end of Reverie that talks about Ren going to a school and like dealing with school stuff? Bonus story of Reverie? Okay. I was like, because when Ren first showed up, I was like, it doesn't make any sense that Ren is here. But then I remember watching your stream of that and, you know, all those shenanigans and, you know, how she was rising up in the ranks and stuff like that. Glad to hear it. Man, 5 years since we first met. Through that introduction letter from the Meister, huh? Where does time go? Indeed, you really helped shake off the professor's attempts to follow me. Not to mention helping the Meister with his relocation after all that chaos in Crossbell. So, Van helped Ren escape Professor Novartis, and also helped, I don't even know his name, so we'll just call him Meister. I forgot his name. Relocate out of Crossbell, huh? Why would you contact somebody in Calvard for that? That seems interesting. There was also the Arene one, and another that later turns out to be Elaine's. Georg? Ah, yes, or George. Elaine's. I remember the Arene one. That one had like ninjas in it. I don't remember the other one for Elaine though. I mean, I was in his debt to begin with. Ended up dumping a couple of kids with a bit of history on them too. Wasn't really expecting anything in return, so I was pretty surprised when that gift showed up. Oh, the turbocharger. I'm glad you're enjoying it. My best friend and I were actually involved in designing it, you know. Hold on, really? I could tell it was pretty high tech and all, but I didn't realize you were behind that. Well, I heard that you were a sobbing mess after Walter turned your old truck inside out. So I thought maybe you could use a little pick-me-up, you know, for old time's sake. That figures. Still, I'm guessing the society must be feeling the pressure at this point. They've had a lot of dropouts the past few years, you included. Just so long as they don't come looking for my help. You I can handle, but those other wackos, no thanks. But you have such a natural talent for attracting them. They do say birds of a feather flock together, though. I'm afraid you're likely to meet more of them this time as time goes on. I'm just a normal, upstanding citizen. What I do to deserve this? Protest all you like, but you do seem awfully popular lately. In fact, it looks like you've got another vicious young woman looking to get her hands on you. Ooh, how dreadful.
Oh, I think I'm a little past young at this point.
Alright. Let's see if I'm correct in that this is Kilika. Oh boy. In such perfect timing, too. Thank you for making time to meet with us. I know how busy you are.
Think nothing of it. I have some other business to take care of outside of the office as it is.
You're Renee's boss, right? Heard a lot about you. Didn't realize the Flying Swallow was so fond of practical jokes. Was the lurking in the shadows bit really necessary?
My apologies.
It is Kilika.
My name is Kilika Ruran, Chief of the CID's Integrated Analysis Division.
Kilika.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arkwright. Even if this does not quite feel like our first meeting.
Rescued 2 kids and encountered Armada boss man, while also complaining over not Van visiting her while he's in town. Interesting. Oh. So, wait. So that's the whole... Okay, so they've talked about Elaine meeting Almada's top dog, so that was what they were referencing. Gotcha. Hey, what if Blue Blanc wants a request for a brainstorming partner for a riddle quest? We already did a riddle quest, Mr. JRPG. It wasn't as exciting as any of the Blue Blanc riddles, but you know, we got one. No doubt. I'm sure he's told you a lot about me, huh?
That he did. Including everything that went on behind the scenes 2 years ago.
Haven't got a clue what you're talking about. Looks like bringing you together was worth it after all. It's nice to see you again, Miss Roran. It's been, what, 4 years now? Same to you. Our positions may be different, but we need not be at odds with one another, Miss Bright. I'm glad we have a chance to catch up, of course. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance as well, Mr. Arkwright. Gonna be more like a real tea party every minute. Maybe I should have invited Sylphie along after all.
Sorry for the wait, Kilika. What did I just walk in on?
Should think that's obvious, Zin. And I hoped you would be more punctual and I had hoped you would be more punctual considering this is our first meal together in some time.
Sorry, an urgent job came in. I finished it off as quickly as I could. I wasn't expecting to find the two of you here, though.
Good to see you again, too. I know we've spoken a few times over the phone, but I think it's been about 1.5 years since we last met up in person.
Oh yeah, that was at the wedding, wasn't it?
I'm guessing they're referencing Olivert's wedding. But it could be any wedding.
Man, you've really grown up. Hard to believe you're that same little girl that knocked us out in Grancel all those years ago.
All right, I nearly forgot about that. I think I have a clip. No, that was on top of a tower, I think. Never mind. Nearly forgot? Yeesh, you are something else, kid. Well, everything happens for a reason, they say. We wouldn't be here talking now if it wasn't for that. Oh, now I see what's going on here. I thought it was odd when you told me you wanted to visit. Should have known you already had company. Now don't get me that jealous look, Zin. It's less cute on a man your age. Promise I'll buy you a drink to make up for it. You two might not be in the same line of work anymore, but it looks to me like not much has changed since your days back at the dojo. You sure you really need help from a guy like me? Oh, definitely. We've barely been managing to make ends meet since Fee got here. We're gonna need the help for a while, I think. Didn't Fee just get here earlier today? You're extremely well connected, too. I'm told you even have ties to another Taito student. As a matter of fact, we were actually just talking about that before you got here. It's like he fits right in no matter whose side he's on. How should I put it? He's like a singularity. Yeah, if you want to know something, Arkride's your guy. Hey, lay off with the singularity business. I don't appreciate being talked about like a research specimen, okay? And just so we're clear, you guys might not be as bad as the Direwolf or Sal, but you're still a major pain in the butt. Can't say I don't get where you're coming from. So what's the plan? Got a reservation not too long from now at a restaurant near here. You coming, Kilika? Of course. I think I've played my part here. We haven't talked about anything. I'll see you both again sometime. Take care in Tharbad. Is there anybody around here that doesn't know my itinerary? That aside, I guess you're not totally on board with the guild yet after all, huh? We do work together sometimes, but I'm not a bracer like my siblings after all. I just do what I can to help and try to offer them my knowledge if I know it'll help the people I care for. Both in Liberl and in Crossbell, but not in Erebonia. What you got against all the people in Erebonia, huh? You don't care about nobody in Erebonia? Come on. What about Muse, huh? Huh? Been adding a lot of people here in Calvar too to the list. Or to that list too lately. It's good to hear. Erebonia got disrespected. Well, I should be getting home. Estelle and Joshua will be wondering where I've gotten to. Oh, Estelle and Joshua are in Calvar too? Suckafool. I'll be counting on you to take care of Anya while she's with you. Do what I can. Though, aren't the Brights back in Liberl? You going all the way back there, just like that? Oh, yes, of course. Home is far away. Being around so many familiar faces made me think I was back there, I suppose. I'm so ashamed. A girl on the cusp of adulthood should be a little more focused. I think you're giving adults a little too much credit there, kiddo. Oh no. The patented Mr. JRPG head pats.
When I found you 5 years ago, you were still lost, trying to find your place in the world. I'd only just finished my training and was still getting a feel for what it was to be a Spriggan. I'll admit I kept you safe for a while, and gave you a few pointers, but I never really could do much for you.
I bet you Mr. JRPG took a screenshot of this image.
Meanwhile, you managed to build yourself a new life, new friendships, hell, a whole new family, all on your own. You're no lost kitten anymore. You're as fine a lady as any.
How did you know? I just know things.
So, is this how you treat all the young ladies you keep company with?
Oh, guess not.
You say you never did much for me, but you give yourself far too little credit. It's not just me you've helped either. Take your old friend, that bracer girl, for example. Or what about your assistants, including my dear dorm mate? You help more people than you think. People who wouldn't have found themselves without you to take them by the hand and show them the way. If you ask me, you need to be a little more aware of the impact your words and deeds have had on people. If you can manage that, then I might even be willing to overlook a little head pat every now and again.
Can you let go of my hand, please?
And with that, I think I'll be off now. Good night, Mr. Spriggan.
Yeah. Good night. Man, she's grown more than I could have ever imagined. And I know she's nowhere near done. I'll have to keep an eye on her the same way I do my part-timers, now that fate's brought us back together like this.
What was that meeting for? The catch up? And then have Kilika ambush us so that she can introduce herself and then walk away? Yeah, no tea. I know. On the morning of the second day of the 5-day weekend, Van contacted Nina to confirm that they would be accepting her request. Her goal was to be in Tharbad in time for morning the next day, which would require setting off the night before. As such, they all had to rush to get ready for 4 days and 3 nights away from the office. Ren lied? Hey Van, get out here. You are in the way of the mini Sky reunion. All you needed was Estelle and Joshua to show up, but they mentioned, or Estelle and Joshua was mentioned, even though, they are 2 characters already left, but it was a Sky reunion. I'm jealous. I want to go to the film Festi too. You get to meet famous people, right? We're not going for fun, This is real work hours here that we're not getting paid for. It is quite exciting, though. You never know. We really might meet lots of famous people. You're right. We'll be meeting Nina for sure, and she had a really unique aura, I guess. Tharbad's a good 8 hours by car, isn't it? That's quite a drive. Make sure you have plenty to eat while you can. Thank you, Paulette. Then time for a drink to liven up. You absolute suck of foo. Don't tell me you forgot why you renewed your license already. You people couldn't stay serious if your lives depended on it, could you? I don't know what job you've taken on that's taking you to Tharbad, but please do take care. Wait, is Van implying that he's going to let someone else drive his vehicle? There's no way. Alright, can't say I ain't nervous, but you try taking the wheel till we're out of Edith. Oh no. Let's see you put those driving chops you showed riding red stars around Longport into praxis. Mayuenti. I got this. Ingert, red star. It's all the same when you're behind the wheel. You drive this baby way more smoothly than a shaky-handed codger like you. It's gonna be your first and only warning, kid. You end up scratching her or veering us into a ticket, and you're gonna be in the trunk the rest of the way. Sweets really aren't the only thing you're picky about, huh? Like cars and saunas, the essentials of life. Still, it sounds like as long as you drive safely, everything will be fine. Does someone have to call now? Wait a sec. I'd rather not take this in front of them, but I guess I ain't got a choice. You could just walk away and say, hey, I got a phone call. Let me go handle this
Hello,
real
Mr.
quick.
Arkwright. I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time.
Huh. Darn, didn't think it'd be from a chick. Weirdly dressed one, too. Can you turn it away from them so that they don't eavesdrop even more? Oh, her name is Rosette Twinnings.
I see that I did. I'm very sorry. I didn't know you were with your employees.
That's cool. But sorry, if you had something else you wanted to run through me, this ain't a good time. I'm gonna be out of town for a while. Can it wait till I get back?
Oh, I see.
Should have given you a call myself, to be honest, but this was a real last-minute thing.
Not at all. What I wanted to discuss is hardly urgent. I simply noticed a number of irregularities in the last set of data you sent me. And as your service provider, I cannot help but be concerned. I am deeply worried on a personal level too, considering I am charged with your care.
I mean, I'm grateful, but... Anyway, we'll only be away for a few days. I'll call you once things settle down afterwards. See ya.
Oh, please wait!
Bye. Why y'all looking at me like that? She doesn't work at some sleazy shop or whatever, okay? Sure about that? Sounded like she was talking about her favorite customer from where I'm standing. What the heck gave you that impression? I don't know what this sleazy shop stuff is about, but she was super pretty. Her outfit was really cute too. Looked like a maid outfit, which, yes, did make me wonder what service she provides while being charged with your care. Let's just get going, okay? Gotta do some side quests to make ends meet? No, I just want to make the big bucks from the big quests. Come on, is that so much to ask? Never thought Aaron would be such a great driver. His smooth driving skills are off the charts. He really gives Van a run for his money. See, I told you I'd kick butt behind the wheel. Only thing I hate more than a smug little suckafoo is a smug little suckafoo with talent. I'll admit, this isn't a bad ride. I can see why you're always raving about her. She's smooth, customizable, and comfy. I can also make sharp turns without a hitch. I've always been a Red Star kind of guy, but I'm coming around to Ingert. I'll make a convert out of you yet. Of the 4 main brands, they're the best of the bun. I think I'll take her for a spin from time to time. If I pretend she's mine, every girl in town will want a piece of me. No chance. Anyway, I'll let you stay on the wheel for a while. If you and I keep taking turns, we'll be in Tharbad by sunrise. Then we can meet up with Nina. Curious to find out what we signed up for. Me too, it must involve the Genesees somehow, but that's about all we know for sure. Times like these when I wish I could glean more insight from them when they're glowing. Hey, don't go beating yourself up. I've been wondering though, how does the glowing thing even work? Goddess only knows. Those things might not be indecipherable enigmas like artifacts, but we still know next to nothing about them. Maybe there's a pattern for when they light up. Don't they go off when Almada's pulling stuff? Could they be in Tharbad? I had my contacts look into that, but they haven't found a trace of them there. Still, they could have been the ones who sent those threat letters out. Fingers crossed that isn't the case. I'll bet it isn't. The approach is too soft and roundabout for them. Not to mention, they don't have anything to gain by obstructing the festival. You don't know that. They could have everything to gain by obstructing the festival. At least, not the one in Tharbad. Maybe they had reason to stop the one in Messeldom since they're headquartered there. Last I heard, they moved out of Messeldom a long time ago. The people responsible for stopping the last festival were a bunch of radical terrorists, or racial terrorists. They threatened it and started a fire. The whole thing was canceled as a precaution. What? For real? And here I thought those racist bastards were a dying breed. I'd love to wipe the floor with those suckafoos. Suckers. Say, Van, you really do trust Dingo, don't you? Even if this job is bigger than what we normally do, you heard Nina out because of his recommendation. We go way back is all. I've known him since I was first starting out as a fixer. It's a give and take kind of relationship. He gives me jobs and I feed him info I pick up. Speaking of info, he knows Jack too, right? You guys are in cahoots with a lot of colorful characters, huh? There's Bermati too. Dingo's definitely the most upstanding one of them, that's for sure. Doesn't get too friendly with you. But if you give him a job, he'll always get it done. Pretty easy guy to trust if you ask me. He seems really well connected too. He even knows Nina. Wasn't it him who arranged for our 4 SPGs in Tharbad too? He's half Central Eastern, so maybe that's why he's got so many acquaintances out there. And he's got the rep as a journalist who turned down a Pulitzer. Really? But the Pulitzer Prize is the highest honor a reporter can receive. How the heck did a small-time dude at a gossip mag get in the running for that? Who knows? I'm sure there's a reason. He's going to be in Tharbad starting on the 2nd day. We're there to cover the festival, so we ought to be able to count on him to round up some leads for us. Alright, didn't mean to yawn so loud. It's okay to go to sleep if you want to get some shut-eye, you know. The seats all recline, so you should be able to get comfy. Just make sure your seatbelt's nice and tight first. Ain't nobody wearing a seatbelt right now. None of us would mind if you got some rest too, by the way. We've passed a number of pit stops already. Don't worry about me, I'm used to long drives like these. If I really need it that bad, I'll just let this little punk take over. Works for me, I'm still young, so I can actually do all-nighters. Oh, I've been meaning to ask. Do people really not drink camel's milk in the Republic? Was it the story about the Melfita that made you want to ask? But that's right, you don't see camels much outside of the Central East. Did you used to drink it back home or something? Nope, our village is at the base of a mountain, so we don't keep any camels back home either. I've just had some during a few of our trips. Tasted so good though, it's much thicker than cow and sheep's milk. I wonder if it's like kumis, or kumis. That's good stuff. You make me want to try it now. Camel's milk is supposed to be really valuable since they don't produce much of it. Never tried any myself, but it's supposed to be a good alternative for people who are allergic to cow's milk. It's much higher in protein, vitamins, and iron, while at the same time much lower in fat content. They also say it's tough to bake with, though it's kind of surprising that someone would try making chocolate with it. You're an encyclopedia for the weirdest stuff. Now, you guys hauled your butts over to Longport because Sal bribed him with sweets too, right? We are so screwed if Almada learns his weak point. You make a good point. I guess we'll have to learn how to make even nicer confections to keep him loyal to us. I can't always be bought, you know. I don't know about all that. Falcom seatbelts are not in the budget. Too expensive. It's true. Very true. Changing topics, Nina seems like a lovely person on top of her already being a talented actress, doesn't she? She's only 2 years older than me, but she's so composed and level-headed. Yeah, she stood her ground even when those monsters all showed up. She's not a warrior, but she did have this noble kind of aura to her. Yeah, quite a woman. Not much like your average Easterner either. I don't think she's from Longport, is she? No, but it's not like every Easterner in this part of the world comes from Longport. We've got Long Lai in eastern Calvard and a place like the Eastern Quarter over in Crossbell out west, to name 2 big hubs. And she's deliberately gone out of her way to present herself as more white, too. Not judging, to make it clear. That's her call to make. I'm confused. I feel like I'm missing something. It's a bit of a Calvard problem, a delicate one. After the revolution 100 years ago, discrimination on the basis of identity, race, and culture were all abolished. Our Constitution makes it possible for us all to live in harmony with one another. And to a certain extent, we do, at least on the surface. Oh, do you mean all the racial terrorism that's been happening? Prejudice runs real deep in Calvard. There isn't much over in Longport, but up north, ooh boy. You got white supremacists stuck in Calvard's past who raised some problems with Easterners and Central Easterners sometimes too. Things came to a head when Crossbell tried declaring its independence and during the economic crises that followed, but it's calmed down some since. Though that's only because Calvard's been basking in the prosperity of the Empire's reparations. It isn't as if racism itself has disappeared. It's too bad that's not the case. Of course, Hayaway's never taken it lying down. They hit back hard. So there's that too. It's not all one-sided. A pretty mature take from you. Oh, shut up. I just hate stereotypes, that's all. I agree with you there. We're all individuals. It's just a shame that a lot of people in this world can't see others that way. Central Easterners have a lot of Mira, so that adds to the friction too. They've contributed a good amount to Calvard's development in technology and academics. Their investments are a large reason why Vern and the Basel Institute of Science have become as big as they are. And it's not just financial investments. It's well known that one of my great-grandfather's 3 disciples has a Central Eastern background. Professor Hamilton, if you know her name. Oh yeah, I've heard of her before. Still, it's sad to think that there are those out there who hate any contribution made just because of the people who made it. Guess I've still got a lot to learn about this country, huh? Very. The younger crowd doesn't really dwell as much on where people come from, though. I can say it that I say keep it that way as you grow. Us oldies will be watching over you with pride as we sip our tea. Man, you're not much older than us, you know. Don't throw out your back just yet, Gramps. It's the job of your generation to pave the road ahead so we can have a smoother ride. You pave your own darn road, and calling me old fart is bad enough. Falcom, racism is bad and racists are stupid. Got it? Some people, no. Man, they're a tough bunch, but they all look their age when they're asleep. Hard to believe we used to be like this, too.
These are some troubled times, and I know you've all got a lot more to worry about than you'd ever let on. But I hope you'll never lose sight of how to live your life your own way. So you don't go off the rails like I did.
No images for you. Thar bad. Thar be some bad people in this thar town. Hey, finally awake, huh? Morning, Van. Last night, did you, Oh, we're in the Shirin Desert. I read about it in one of my textbooks. You know, I kinda dig it. We just entered the desert proper. We'll get to Tharbad in about an hour. In the meantime, I'm bushed. You take over, number 3. Number 1. Sweet Adios. How the heck can he just pass out right there like it's nothing? It's like he's still in puberty or something. Hey, rest is important. Conking out on demand is a good skill to have. He really did drive a lot. No wonder he's so tired. He only had an hour left to go. There sure are a lot of cars on the road. They must be traveling to the film festival. Now that the old man's sawing logs, nothing's stopping me from putting the pedal to the metal and seeing how fast this sucker can go. How about no? Let's just get to Tharbad in one piece, please. Let's see. According to this map, yep, like Van said, we're about an hour away.
Hey, there it is!
That's the city, huh? Bigger than I imagined.
A city overlooking an oasis, perched right between tradition and modernity. That must be Tharbad, all right.
Should be your favorite chapter in the series by default. I'm in a desert area. I was waiting for that reference to come up. Very jealous of those who can instantly fall asleep. I am too. That's a very nice skill to have. Okay, this is definitely Dubai. Wow, a waterfall in the middle of town? Pretty wild, right? Apparently the water is pumped in straight from the oasis. Looks like a lot of tourists running around here. Anyway, where am I parking this bad boy? Take a right and pull into the big parking lot. I got us a spot booked there. Will do. Car sure looks interesting. Yeah, we got ourselves a nice little pickup truck. Probably got 4-wheel drive with that turbo boost enabled. You're at last. Man, are you going to be alright? You only slept for an hour. I'll manage. Used to it at this point. You can sure tell we're in the desert though. Early morning, it's already hotter than Gehenna. It's only going to get hotter throughout the day too. And then nighttime hits and the temperature crashes like a bus. We're meeting our client at noon, yeah? Let's say we cool off at the casino. Yeah, in your dreams, kid. We need to check in to the inn first. Once we drop off our luggage, it'll be time for us to limber up. The place we're staying at is the Cultural District, right? Yeah, if memory serves, it should be. We want to go that way then. And what are we waiting for? Let's get to it. This button.
Right.
Got it!
Yeah,
Right.
that big-ass building must be the place.
It's called the Al Jumeirah Hotel. And yes, we'll be meeting there later. I can't wait to see it up close.
Well, you'll have to wait a little longer. Let's keep moving.
Oh, maybe they're talking about that. Like, I don't see, like, what's
Looking
this
to buy something?
big building you're talking about?
See you again.
Not this way.
What a sucker.
Not this way.
What a sucker. Oh, I need a save and mark.